This is Memorizing the Unit Circle, Part 2, Memorizing Increments of 30 degrees or pi over 6 radians. Let's imagine that we have a large cookie that we want to cut into 12 equally sized pieces for 12 people. First, we cut the cookie in half, and our measurements in radians are 0 and pi, or in degrees, 0 and 180 degrees. Okay, we cut the cookie in half again, and we get 90 degrees and 270 degrees. Now before, in our previous video, we cut each of these quadrants into 2 equal slices to get a total of 8 sections of our pizza. However, now we have 12 people to feed instead of just 8. So each of these quadrants must be divided into 3 equal sections. So we must make 1, 2, 3, 4 more cuts. And then, since each of these pieces has an interior angle of 30 degrees, we can find our angle measurements by simply counting up by multiples of 30. So we have 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300, and 330 degrees. Let's do the same thing. This time, we're going to cut our cookie again into 12 equal slices, and we are going to measure our angles in radians. So we have 0 or 12 pi over 6. Now why did I write 12 pi over 6 instead of 2 pi? The answer is that in radians, 30 degrees is pi over 6. So the increments that we will be counting up by is pi over 6 radians. So we have 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, and so on, all around the perimeter of our cookie. If you look at this circle, there are only a few of these angle measurements that are not able to be simplified. They are pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6. How can we commit these angles to memory? Well, first of all, we can look at this horizontal line and the angle measurements here and use that to help us remember what these angle measurements are. So for example, if you start here at 0, you're going up pi over 6 units. If I come over here, I'm pi over 6 units shy of or less than pi. So I get 6 pi over 6 minus 1 pi over 6, and that gives me 5 pi over 6. Similarly, if I look at this angle measurement, I have pi over 6 plus pi, which gives me 7 pi over 6. And lastly, over here, I have 12 pi over 6, or 2 pi, minus pi over 6, which gives me 11 pi over 6. What about these angles? We haven't memorized them yet, but they can clearly be reduced. The easiest way to remember them is to count up by multiples of pi over 3. So I have 1 pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 3, which reduces to pi, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. Putting this all together, we have the 4 cardinal directions. We have 0, pi over 2, pi, and 3 pi over 2. Then, for pi over 6, we have pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6. Then, for our increments of pi over 3, we have pi over 3, 2 pi over 3. We skip 3 pi over 3, because that's right here, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. That concludes Part 2 video.